Hey, Anel, have you started drinking your child's blood yet? No, I think I'm just gonna be one of those like 45-year-olds who is like looks 45 instead of one of those 45-year-olds who looks 42. I'm okay with that. I saw because that guy, you can't ignore him on social media, right? The guy who he was a second employee at Venmo, made a lot of money from like selling the company. And then he's like, here's how I lower my epigenetic age. And I'm just going to be honest with you, that's just too much work for me to lower. I don't even know what an epigenetic age is, but like it's just too much. Changing my diet, sure. He takes like 70 pills a day. I'm not willing to do it. I'm not even gonna insult him by saying something like life isn't worth living at that point. It's just a trade that I'm unwilling to do, quite frankly. Would I go vegetarian or vegan? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I said yeah really quick, but I'd honestly have to think about it. Please, one up. Oh, so you're saying there's a chance? But I'm not doing a blood transfusion with with my child or something. It's just too much, man. You would be a big get for the vegan community? I think I would have a hard time with veganism. Vegetarianism I could do easily, though. I'm genuinely not one of those guys who's like, give me a steak, give me a hamburger. When you're in Rome, of course, do what the Romans do. But like, I like soups and stews and salads. My problem, and I don't mean this to be anti-vegan, but I'm just, as someone who eats everything, I know that it gets easier every few years to be vegan because the substitutions get better. But most of them are still not very good. I've never had a good vegan cheese. I've only had maybe like 3 or 4 of them, but like the Beyond Burger and the Impossible Burger are both pretty good, actually. I would have no problem eating just Beyond Burgers instead of hamburgers for the rest of my life. But the problem is I don't even like hamburgers that much. LA has some great vegan food. Yeah, but I don't want to eat at a downtown LA restaurant every night. I got to get some... I got to be able to cook like some soft tacos in my own house. And I'm not having soft tacos without cheese. In Mexico, they don't put cheese. I don't live in Mexico, okay? I'm going to make the Minnesota style tacos, okay, with the shredded cheddar cheese and the olives in them or something like that. I could easily go pescatarian. I mean, that's a gimme. For me, you could do anything, right? You could just eat bread for the rest of your life until you die or something like that. But, like, if I had to go vegan, I could do it. But I do rely a lot on cheese. I eat a lot of cheese. It's just such an obvious, like, quick, relatively healthy snack. You got 2 minutes, eat a little bit of cheese. It's calorically dense. I'm not a huge egg guy, but obviously eggs are like an ingredient in a lot of things, which would make it really tough to be vegan. I think what I could do is I could be one of those guys who's like, I'm vegan in spirit. I try to eat vegan as much as I can, but when I'm at a restaurant, I'm not going to ask you if the ragu has, well, I guess the ragu literally is a meat sauce, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to ask you if the sauce has like, Pecorino Romano in it. Because if you're going vegan for the spirit of it, instead of just to adhere to the guidelines, maybe you're willing to have a little bit of flexibility. Mathis going crazy over UFOs? No. I'm excited. Mathis might be moving to Washington at some point. You know what that means? I'll be like, oh my God, we live so close to each other. We should come visit. And then I'll probably won't see him for like 7 or 8 years. Seems to be what happens. If I have friends who move to Vancouver, I see them. But usually they're only here to do like a, grad school or something like that. But I have a lot of friends who ended up, in Washington for work. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm up here in Vancouver. We should totally grab dinner. And then like 5 years later, I see them like, oh, I live in Austin, Texas now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why were you dogging on crustaceans yesterday? What do you mean, why was I dogging on crustaceans yesterday? You talking about how I said in the Hamul Pajan, I get down with the octopus and the squid and stuff, but I'm not that big into the other mollusks? I believe I said mollusks specifically. There's just a few too many mussels and clams on it. Like, I would rather have, like, one more, I was going to say obstacle, one more octopus tentacle, and you could cut a couple of clams off of the Hamul Pajan or something like that. It's not that big of a deal.